I didn't know they had this flavor, actually.
Look at it.
Yeah,
What?
guava. I didn't know they had this flavor.
I'm fun to mine. Is it good? Do you like it?
Actually, it's really good. I'm not even kidding. So I'm gonna ask you girls some questions. What is the one thing you'd like others to remember about you at the end of your life?
At the end of my life, when people remember me, I want them to remember how much I loved them. Like, I want them to remember that I loved without abandon. Yeah, I think that's, that I didn't hold back, and that no matter what happened, that they felt fully loved, accepted, and embraced by me.
If you could give your younger self some advice, what advice would you give your younger self?
I know, every time somebody asks me this question, I always think of my 14-year-old self. That's weird and awkward and strange and feels like she doesn't fit in. What I would tell myself the most is just, you have a place here. You're welcome. Yeah.
I just need a moment. We just need to sigh this out right now.
Yeah, that's so beautiful, thank you.
Let's go in something a little bit more lighthearted. When do you feel the most beautiful, confident, sexy, attractive?
I feel one of the most beautiful, sexy, attractive when I dance. And I found that I could start to embrace all parts of me. Like, I started to allow the messy parts. I started to allow the, more sensual parts. I also allowed the more angry. I allowed all of those parts, and I found myself feeling so much more alive and attractive.
What is the defining moment in your life so far?
For me, it was my ex-husband. He literally walked out on me. And I lost my house, my dog, my child, my husband, and any semblance of who I thought I was going to be, and any semblance of where I thought my life was going to go in one conversation that I didn't even know was going to happen. And that was my defining moment, because I had a choice in that moment. Was, do I crumble and fall, and is this the end of my story, or is this the beginning?
My final question for both of you. What does finding your happy mean to you?
Finding your happy means to me looking at a full spectrum of these different components that make up happiness for me, which is looking at my mental body, what am I thinking day in and day out, looking at my emotional body, what needs to shift in order for me to feel better, and then looking at my gut, what does my gut say?
How much can you listen to your gut and really be brave enough to make those decisions that come out from your gut? Whether it's what you're putting into your body, whether it's what you're putting into the world, whether it's the people and the spaces that you choose to be in. How centered in your heart's truth can you be? And I think that's really how you find happy.
Yeah. Now that you've heard ours, what are your reflections?
We'd love to hear from you.
And if you'd like to win yourself a luxurious self-pampering session, find out how with the details below.